take control.
Recording in progress.
It doesn't take control over events. It's there to work through us when we invite it and allow it. So it is our consciousness, it is our thought, our willingness to be coming from that place of alignment with Source, with Spirit, and say, I want to approach it this way. Let's do this together. So spiritual power is coming from that place of inner strength and resilience, that place of alignment, that choice that we are making, because in every moment we're at a choice point, to be operating from that place in correspondence with, in collaboration with, in cooperation with that infinite, absolute, eternal power. And that is a power that not only created life, but is always supporting life. It's not a power that's about detriment to life. With spiritual power, it helps us to overcome challenges in alignment with our beliefs in ethical ways. Now that's where faith really comes in. I have faced a number of crucibles in my life. I call them crucibles. Really, like, challenges where it's like, oh, what's happening here and how am I going to get through this? And since the mid-90s, when I first came into religious science teaching, science of mind, I've always chosen to face it based on faith. Either this teaching works or it doesn't. And it's up to us to step into that, should we choose, and say, I'm going to take this route. I'm going to prove it. And I'm open to God proving God power through me as I walk this. Now that takes a lot of courage, because we grew up, we've been patterned, we've been imprinted with a 3D version of power that's based on conditions and responding to conditions. And so every time we choose to walk through a crucible from the place of inner power, whether it's a traffic stop or something really major, it takes courage. And it builds our faith. It builds our belief every time we do this. Because we're saying, I'm really trusting that this power is what it is. And it's going to prove itself out through this. Now, it may not happen in a second. It may take a while for that to unfold. And so that's where we stay in that faith walk, that trust walk. And we stay in alignment with the choice that we've made. When we do this, what scientists have found is that we grow in emotional intelligence, we grow in self-awareness, and it's a path that helps us lead to internal healing, harmony, peace, wisdom, and grace in the way we are showing up in the world. And as we do that, we are patterning for the world that another choice can work, that there's power in that other choice. So it also builds our inner reserve of inner strength and wisdom. And again, it's derived from that inner connection that we have with higher power, spirit. So, what is authentic power? I've sort of described it. I want to go a little bit further on that. And the comments, these next comments, are derived from Gary Zukav. One quote is, "It's being in that place of loving life in every form that it appears, in every moment. So we may see life showing up as somebody hateful, judgmental, who's othering others, might be somebody who's violent, might be somebody who's engaged in criminal activities or what could be concluded in court as a criminal activity, right? But it calls on us to still love life in the face of all of that, and to stay centered and to stay in our alignment with spiritual power. So authentic and spiritual are sort of being synonymous, used synonymously here, along with clean power. That would be the power of being in that alignment, first of all. That's where it starts. And to be there and living our life without judgment, without othering, without victimization, without racism, and so forth. And when we align our thoughts, emotions, and actions with the highest part of ourselves, knowing that we are inseparably one with Spirit, and all that is Spirit is accessible to us, and we are the ones who are saying, yeah, let's bring this into this realm, through me, through us. We are filled with enthusiasm, purpose, and meaning. So, authentic power, spiritual power, is not something that can be inherited, can't be bought, can't be stolen. It's what we cultivate within. We're that seed, and we are that seed that is growing in the fertile alignment that we have with Spirit. And so, let's finally talk about how we heal our relationship with power. Each of us had different parents. Each of those parents had their own way of parenting. Teachers, kids we went to school with, the bullies as well as the nice guys, all of that. All, what we watch on the news, the movies we watch, what we see in the political realm, what we see in the corporate realm, all of that imprints on us about power. And when it looks like that big brute with physical strength, or that's all lawyered up and so forth, that can be daunting, right? And so we're choosing to be the David in the face of these Goliaths. And that's where our faith holds us. As Frank said, no, Frank, I don't think that cartoon was in my paper where I grew up.
It wasn't.
It was
TV.
animation.
Oh, TV. I don't remember seeing that. But, I agree, that idea. Well, we do all have power. Now we want to, what's a good word for this?
Wield it
Integrate.
responsibly.
Integrate a higher power, an authentic power. Start to make that transition. So let's talk about how we do that, because that's really where the rubber meets the road. It's nice to talk about this, but then I don't want to leave you with, yeah, but how do I do this? Right? So how do we heal our relationship with power? Because every one of those sources I just mentioned, family, parents, school kids, bullies, nice, the whole larger societal realm and so forth, all the way up to nuclear threats. All of that imprints in us in terms of our relationship with power. It imprints with us in terms of how people have wielded power, that we have been on the receiving end, and whether we even feel like we have power. How often have we felt powerless? Is there anyone who hasn't, right? So how do we get to a place of feeling more self-empowered, but in an authentic way? And the key is when we reach, when we can make that transition, there is, just like you were describing about yesterday in the peace event, that there was an energy that everybody could feel. That's true of us as well. You know, there's a resonance that may not be on a loudspeaker system, but is noticed, is sensed. And it's something that is most often, I think, appreciated and respected. So we start by acknowledging, and how we think and feel and use power. My suggestion is to start by slipping into observer mode. And remember, power is always at play. In every moment, in every choice, in every relationship engagement that we have, every conversation, even if it's not spoken out loud, it could be the mind chatter inside, we are in relationship. And where is our sense of power and our observation of the other situation? You know, how are those coming together? And so be honest. Just watch yourself. You know, how am I using power in this situation? What am I feeling about this situation? Am I in judgment or not? And so forth. And that will help you start to explore your current beliefs. You know, those will start to trickle up as you're in that observer mode. But be in that observer mode with full self-compassion, because you're on a learning journey, a journey of discovery, so that you know your baseline, and from that baseline, what needs to shift. Now, part of this too is going to be catching yourself out on what triggered you. You know, what are those trigger points? What do those triggers look like? What is it evoking in you? Is it evoking fear, anger, condemnation, whatever? And again, be in that self-compassionate place, because you're a researcher right now. You're in discovery mode about yourself. And this is from the past. Remember that this moment is our place of power. And how we are reacting and what, the judgments we have for ourselves are either, rubber stamping the past and continuing it, or saying, okay, I have the strength and courage now to look at this because I am choosing to change. And so we're going to be gaining, by doing this, you're going to be gaining insights into fears, insecurities, traumas, family patterning, and so forth. And also, in that observer mode, compassionately, neutrally, recognize, have I misused my power? In what way have I misused it? Have I denied my power? In what way did I deny it? And once we have all that personal baseline information that we probably haven't been letting ourselves recognize, that's when we can start exploring the characteristics of authentic power and being clear about our readiness. Because sometimes we can have that information and we're not ready. So we can keep gathering that information. We can keep being in self-observer mode until we reach that point of readiness. We can pray about it. We can meditate about it. But we will know without doubt when we're ready to make a shift. And that's also from that inner alignment. And it's that point that we can actualize our transformation. We can make different choices. We can choose to have the courage to stand in strength of that inner power, that authentic, healthy, spiritual power, and walk from there. So I have an affirmation for you. I openly expand the boundaries of my perception. I embrace consciousness in every situation as my guide to authentic power within and through me. And this is how, by making that shift into being present from that inner power, is how we contribute in every moment to a world that works for everyone, to a greater good alive in the world. It may seem like a small ripple in a huge ocean of over 8 billion people, but there is a power of subtle influence that is more powerful than we realize. And that's the power we each have. Blessings. And so, let's just go into prayer for a moment. I know there is only one power, one presence, one life. Infinite, eternal, and everywhere present. This absolute power, that it's the source of all creation, is everywhere present, in every moment, in every place, in every situation and condition. I have come forth into human existence as an emissary of this one life that I call God. And because of this, I am inseparably one with God. I choose to recognize that God and I are forever partnered, and to walk this life from that connection, that alignment, that loving presence, and that spiritual, authentic power. As I choose to move forward in this way, I know that I am fully supported beyond my imagination. All of creation moves in alignment to support my choice, to stand with me as I choose to be always living from authentic spiritual power. As my legacy, as my contribution, as my purpose in life, to be instrumental, however small that contribution. I know that my choice goes forth into the world and all of creation as a testament to living in spiritual alignment and recognizing that that is the true power in every situation and every moment. Gratefully, God, I allow this to be my path, my truth, my choice. And I welcome this from this point forward. And so it is.
So it is. What a thought-provoking message. I'm sitting over there thinking, I categorize my power as this ego-driven or altruistic. Am I giving to someone else or am I serving myself?
You're serving both.
But serving, see, that's what I was saying. That's very thought-provoking what you just shared. So that give me something to think about. Thank you so much, Reverend Jenna. So here, yes, give her a round of applause. Yes. Here at the Center for Spiritual Living Greater Baltimore, we practice conscious giving, which is a way of exhibiting power. The power of money, the power of abundance, the power of knowing that it's circulating and provides, services and insights for people and opportunities. So we call this Dana, D-A-N-A. And in Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, Dana is, and I love this phrase, the practice of cultivating spirituality. The practice of cultivating your generosity as spirituality. It can take the form of giving to those in need. It can take the form of giving to a community or giving to where you are spiritually fed. But as we gather here today, in the spirit of love and fellowship, we are mindful of the powerful impact of conscious giving. Dana. As we give, we receive. And I'll say that again. As we give, we receive. And there are a few ways to practice conscious giving and your support of the Center for Spiritual Living Greater Baltimore. And you will find them all on the donate page of our website using PayPal, Giveify, text message. You can write a check. I don't really care. You can send me a check in the mail. I'll be very happy to put it in the bank. We'll also put our website link in the chat so that people online can also know about that. So together, I would ask that you join us in our declaration of financial wealth and abundance. Together, as a community, let us declare our financial wealth and abundance by saying, I joyfully, consciously, and gratefully participate in the law of circulation.
So we'll have to do a call and response since they don't have it on
Oh,
this.
it's not on there?
No.
And, yeah,
Oh, I've been negligent, but I'm also tired. I'm gonna give myself a pass on that.
that's why I'm giving myself a pass on forgetting to press record.
Well, that's all right, we're gonna start over again with the Declaration of Financial Wealth and Abundance. I joyfully, consciously, and gratefully, consciously, and gratefully participate in the law of circulation.
Participate
in the law of circulation. I trust in the spiritual principle.
I trust in the spiritual principle
That says, as I sow into my beloved community,
that
says, as I sow into my beloved community, I demonstrate the understanding and awareness
I demonstrate the understanding and awareness
of standing not only in the flow,
of standing not only in the flow,
but as the flow itself.
but as the flow itself.
As I sow of myself, my time, and my treasure,
As
as I sow of myself, my time, and my treasure, and my talents,
and my talents,
talents.
I demonstrate my support and engagement
I demonstrate my support and engagement
in my community's vision, mission, and purpose.
in my community's vision, mission, and purpose.
I actively give as a demonstration of manifesting,
I
Actively give as a demonstration of manifesting,
of reaping the harvest of a world that works for all.
of reaping the harvest of a world that works for all.
For all.
And thank you for your support. And now our lovely Teporah will share some more of her talents with us.
This is a sing-along stand-up pop song.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, shall we? Ricky Byers.
Oh, definitely.
Come on, let's get
No,
up
you're
and
not blessing, you're
move.
blessing
Come on,
the
everybody.
basket.
Karen, on your feet.
This is Spirit of God. I picked it not for the theme, just because it's a great sing-along, energetic, thank you for everybody song, to feel the energy that we created yesterday and today.
So Frank, you're right in the camera.
The Spirit of God is upon us. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. think that I had to, used to think that I should. Scriptures told me that I had to be good. Now I love 'cause I want to. Now I love 'cause I'm free. Blinded by the Spirit. Whoa, the Spirit of God is upon me. 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 I don't need any prodding, I don't need any luck. Wanna sing with all my heart that God is my all in all. I let go of my burdens, loving God made me free. Blinded by the Spirit. Whoa, the Spirit of God is upon me. 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 I thought it was my duty, thought it was my job. Somewhere I believed that loving God would be hard. Loving God is a wonderful, loving God is ecstasy. Thank God for my freedom. Let me know that the Spirit of God is upon me. Whoa, 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 the Spirit of God is upon me.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thanks for the singing. Thank you. Yeah, it's so great, right?
That was a perfect song. I mean, you think about empowering yourself and recognize the value. Spirit of a God is upon me.
Good choice.
Yeah.
It's so nice to stand up and hold hands and be together like that. This is where, again, I want to thank everybody. We have put so much time and energy into the Peace and Wellness Festival recently that we have not planned a lot of future events. So normally at this point I would be reading about upcoming events. I know that we will be scheduling a class soon, that we will have another event in the sense of entertainment, but nothing is on the schedule, so everybody take a deep breath and know we're in reflection and pause mode, okay? So let's see if yes. So we all know that prayer works. The fact that we're living, breathing, whole, happy, semi-well-adjusted people means that prayer works. So as the Center for Spiritual Living, we practice spiritual mind treatment. You know, it is affirmative prayer. And as a community, we treat and move our feet. In other words, we pray and act. To just pray and not act, this is hollow. It's that sounded judgmental, but it's not as effective, let me put it that way. We move our feet knowing the truth for ourselves, our community, and our global family. If you would like a miracle in a minute, please stay on the Zoom or meet with Frank after service, after class. You can
Or
tell
I
him.
can take over for him
Or-
because he has to leave.
All right, Mary Ann Marcelek's going to step in for him because he has other obligations this afternoon, and they will do a miracle in a minute prayer with you. Okay, at any time you can contact info@CSL Greater Baltimore and have prayer services. Okay, somebody will respond to you within 24 hours with prayer. Just go to info@CSL Greater Baltimore, the little thing pops up there, and there's, if you're asking for prayer. Thank you. Gratitude is part of our power. That's one of the powerful things I love in this world, is to say thank you. But we know that, you took time out of your day to join us today, either to come here or to tune in online, and we're very grateful for that. We honor your presence. I honor your presence. I can speak for myself. So, next week we will be on Zoom. We will have fellowship after Zoom. Those of you online, thank you for being with us. Those of you who are here today, let's join in some fellowship, and thank you all for being here. Blessed be.
And so it is.
Closing prayer?
And we will have a closing prayer, yes. Watch Reverend Jenna do that. I know she's going to do it. I have the utmost faith in this woman.
Thank you. Please join me. We know that God is all that is and all that really matters. Forever and always, inseparably partnered with God. We are God in expression. And we are choosing to up our game. And recognizing that God power is the power within. Coming into alignment with that. And using that with grace, wisdom, peace. For that is our legacy, our choice. Living that forward into life, knowing that in every moment we are contributing to a world that works for everyone. And so it is.
And so it is.
Yay, God! Oh. I'll use my final prayer.
Thank you.
Oh, it must be Nancy.
Hello, Nancy.